Now, what began as a normal video posted online of an 11-year-old Nigerian boy practicing ballet on wet pavement as rain falls softly from above became one of the most inspiring stories ever documented. From practicing barefoot on the streets of Lagos to performing on stage in England, Disney original documentaries Madu follows 12-year-old Anthony Madu as he leaves his home in Nigeria to study at one of the most prestigious ballet schools in the world, Elmhurst Ballet School. Anthony, who has barely been out of his neighborhood in Lagos, finds himself thrust into a foreign new world where his wildest dream is suddenly within reach. His journey is a story of extraordinary obstacles and unexpected complication that threatens his dreams, courage, growth, and ultimately his search for belonging. Joining us on the show to discuss the making of this Emmy-winning documentary is Kachi Benson, Emmy-winning co-director of Madu, alongside Ogens, Emmy-winning co-director of Madu, and the person the story is all about, Anthony Madu, a ballet dancer at the Elmhurst Ballet School in the United Kingdom. Good morning to you all three. We're so excited to have you here on the show. And first of all, congratulations on your Emmy win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madu. Let's start with you. I think the story started on this channel, right?
Yes.
What's trending segment?
What's trending, OG.
What has it been like from dancing in the rain to becoming, superstar, Emmy award-winning, ballet dancer, sitting in an Emmy award-winning station?
Yes, station, yeah.
How do you feel, both at the personal level and with this, new fame? And we're celebrating you at a time Nigeria is celebrating 65 years.
65 years.
And President Tinubu was telling us that, look, this is a country of great people, of hope, of promise. And the young persons of Nigeria, they are the future. And you just have proven that point, that in this, President Tinubu is very right about the potential of Nigerian youths. But just tell us what your experience has been. We're very happy to have you in our studio.
When I started doing ballet, I never really expected much, because obviously being in Nigeria, it's like I was just solely based in doing what I love to do, and then making the video and then posting it, having it go viral was my first ever wow moment. It was really, really surprising. And after the video, I just sort of thought that would have probably been kind of it. And after that, received a call from Elmhurst asking me to visit the school, which I did, and then went over for about a month and got a scholarship to go to Elmhurst Ballet School, which is absolutely amazing. And also, Disney reached out. Actually, Mr. Kachi, Benson, came over to my dance studio, spoke to me about wanting to make a movie about me, which I was I was 11 then, so I kind of didn't really know exactly what it really meant then. So I was just like, oh, okay, why not? But it's been a great journey since 2020 up until now. I've had a lot of fun. I've learned a lot of things, and also moving from Nigeria to the UK, I've had to adjust a lot, most especially to the food. Yeah.
Maybe I should ask you very quickly, what's your favorite food, at least for now?
For now, in Nigeria,
in the UK, having moved for dance, none. I love it. What's your favorite Nigerian food then?
My favorite Nigerian food is the jollof rice.
Yeah. A true Nigerian jollof rice.
Jollof rice, you're on point.
All right.
Add pepper soup to it.
Jollof and pepper soup.
Jollof rice.
All right, let me come to, let me bring in Joel and Matt to the conversation. Now, Joel, you saw this viral video. I want to assume that's where you spotted him. At what point did you think his story was compelling enough to turn it into a documentary? And then, of course, to Matt, and you can also chip in here, would be what were some of the difficulties in terms of the process to producing this documentary for the world to now appreciate the story of this young man called Anthony Madu from Nigeria to the world?
Nigeria first.
Nigeria first. Let nobody come and say British born Nigeria. No, Nigerian.
Nigerian born true and true Anthony Madu.
He has a green passport, so no
God.
one.
Very
He hasn't changed. But what happened was, it's interesting because Matt actually was the one who told me about the story.
Ooh.
So yeah, hit me up. We had a chat, over Zoom, and he was like, "Yeah, have you heard about the story of this kid?" This is like 2020 pandemic time. Yeah, I was distracted, man. I was looking for other things to do because I was just like idle, and I needed to get my hands doing something. And so he said, "Yeah, we've been tracking this story, and we would love to figure out how we can work together on this." So I said, "Sure. Put me in touch. Let me go check it out." So they gave me the details. So I went to Ajangbadi, and I met, Anthony. He was like this tall, up to my,
Now he's your height, isn't he?
He's taller than me.
He's taller than you.
Yeah. So, but we had a chat. 11-year-old dancing and just so determined. That's the thing that struck me. He talked about how, teasing and bullying in the neighborhood because he dances ballet, but he just wants to do it. He talked about his mom, spoke to the mom. And so I came back to Matt and I said, "Dude, I think this is really inspiring. This is a story of us as a people. Reminds me of myself, and how, in spite of all the no's, we still try to push through." So I said, "Yeah, let's make this happen." And it's been a great collaboration with Matt. It had its, highs and its difficulties and challenges, but we were able to push. I'll let Matt speak to that, but yeah, that's really how I got connected to the story.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Matt, the question I asked around the difficulties, and if you could also share what piqued your interest when you watched that viral video and you thought to yourself, this story has to be told.
Yeah. Sometimes you just feel something in your gut and you feel something in your heart, and the video was shared with me by Jimmy Patrick, who became our producer. I just felt something. It was piqued my curiosity. Saw this kid, I didn't know his name yet, and it's like he didn't have a care in the world. He was lost in his dream of dance. I needed to know who this kid was, and down the rabbit hole of the internet and where it was posted, and within a week was on a FaceTime with Anthony and his family. I've only directed by myself. Kachi's only directed by himself. But I felt like the story needs to be told with a Nigerian, and that we could both bring our different skill sets and make a film better together. And this cultural collaboration, and together we made something special. We really wanted to tell Anthony's story and elevate him, elevate Nigeria, because the story is about Anthony, it's about his family, and it's about his community, and it's about Nigeria.
All right, so Matt, I'd like to come to you, and congratulations on your Emmy. It's not easy to win an Emmy. It's not even easy to put a documentary out there, funding it, let alone winning an Emmy with it. How did you sell this to the big television houses? Because they could have said, yes, another Nigerian story out there. How did you make them feel that true Nigerian spirit that Anthony, exhibits and he exudes? Because when you look at it, you hardly have ballet dancers from Nigeria. Probably the first, if my memory serves right, black ballet dancer I knew is the Cuban guy, I think Acosta or something. Carlos Acosta, that's the Cuban guy. That's the first black prominent ballet dancer that I know of. So this is the first of its kind. So it's a novel story. So how did you sell this to Disney? Because it could have just been a great idea in your head, but if there was no money to back it up, Matthew and I know the Benjamins ruled this game too. How did you do that? That's the first question to you. Then I'll come to ask you guys the other questions in the studio.
Yeah, me and Kachi, our producing partner, put a pitch together you know, that had some video of Anthony and a treatment, and took it to different streamers, and Disney was really excited by it. In a way, we were just a conduit. It's Anthony who really sold the story. We were just the conduit or the liaison to take it to Disney. So Disney, right from the beginning, before we even knew he had the scholarship, just believed in us as filmmakers, a team, believed in Anthony's story, that they wanted to invest in this film. And so they financed the film up front. It became a Disney original documentary and supported us all through.
Great stuff. I'll come to you, Anthony. Like I said before, prior to this time, apart from the Cuban, ballet practitioner, if I may use that word, Acosta, we've never really, it's not something that is popular around here. Where did your inspiration come from? Did Acosta inspire you in any way? Because I'm sure when you were looking for probable, people to get inspired by looking at black ballet, I'm not sure you saw anyone. It's not even only European, it's sort of like elitist European, set up with ballet. So I'd like to ask you, where did you get your inspiration from? And secondly, for all those that laughed at you while you were starting and bullied you, is it time to set up a ballet academy of some sort to be able to tell all the people that there is possibility in this?
When I started dancing, what did get me into ballet? I can't remember exactly what got me into ballet, but I remember a lot of my inspiration came from a dancer at the American Ballet Theatre called Calvin Royale. He's a black dancer, and it was really inspiring to see that he's managed to become a professional ballet dancer in the larger ballet industry, and it really gave me hope that I can at least maybe get to that level as well. And I watched a lot of his performances, which I thought were really amazing, and I wanted to be like him. And to be fair, I do guess it's time to open a new dance studio to say that people can do ballet, or men can do ballet, because here in Nigeria it's not really seen as something that guys could do, and it's just kind of a bit of a shame, really, because you shouldn't stop someone from someone from doing something that they want to do because you don't think it's right. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I'll come to you. The question is, you could have gone there that day, seen Anthony, and still look away that the story doesn't have the kick enough. Because there are 1,001 stories like this in Lagos, almost everywhere, a center of excellence. What gave you that impetus to say, I will tell the story? Secondly, what were the things you faced? Because you see, a lot of people just look at the glory. There's an Emmy on the table. They don't know that that Emmy is a collection of many tears, setback, and false starts, and the days you even doubted yourself. What's the story?
I think that with Anthony and with every other film that I make, it's really about what's your why. I always want to get to that, what's your why? Why do you do this? If it's just another hustle or another gig or another distraction for the meantime, then there's no motivation there for me. But I kept asking him, so why ballet? Why do you want to do this, of everything? And then pushing on in spite. And it was very clear. He was very clear and articulate about it. And so when I compare his determination with his age at the time, at 11, I wasn't thinking about doing anything else with my life but just eat and go to school and play, and just to see that level of determination in a kid at that age, was very inspiring for me. And, you know, I make films because I hope that they can inspire people. And so it was clear that if we're able to put Anthony's story together, it would inspire millions, not just his age, but even older, you know, that anything is possible. And when you think about where Anthony is coming from, you saw the video from, you know, where he lives and where he is right now. It's the stuff of dreams, you know. But then, you know, that dream has come true for him just because he's determined.
What were your own story making this? What were the tears? What were the hard times? What were the times you felt, let's just pack it up? Because a lot of people see the Emmy, but they don't see the pain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're dealing with real people. It's a real story. There will always be ups and downs, you know. There will always be those challenges that happen that are out of your control. It's not a film set in that sense. You're not dealing with actors, you know, so maybe someday somebody is not in the mood to do anything, you know, or there are challenges with the family or what, you know, there's all kinds of things. There are conversations on set that we have to have, my co-director and I, you know, but we were inspired by his story. And there's something that Matt and I would always say that, you know, does it serve the story? You know, it's all about putting that story out there. And so you have to push through. We felt like we owe him that, we owe his family that, you know, we've earned his trust, you know, to tell his story, and we can't betray that trust. Making a doc is not easy. We spent, what, maybe a year and a half or 2 years making this doc. Remember, it got released last year. We started filming in 2021, so that's like 3 years of work. You know, you pour your heart into it.
Well, Joel and Matt, I mean, you are the directors. Producing a documentary, directing a documentary is a special genre, you know, which is an entire field on its own. What you have done with Madu has brought you an Emmy. That's big. So I would like to know what's next. Are you working on any project at this time? What more should we expect? Another Emmy award after this? And then as for you, Madu, well, look, you are one of the first set of persons to come to our new studio. And we have space here. I hope the producer will go and get music ready so that where you are seated, which is a very spacious section of the, maybe you just show us some moves so that we see, you know, I hope the producer will go and look for music. But let me start with the directors first.
I mean, personally, what's next for me? I'm always working. There's always something cooking upstairs. So I have a new film that is touring the film festivals now, which is a sequel to my 2019 Daughters of Chibok. Okay. So this is Mothers of Chibok, which is touring the film festivals. But you know, Matt and I are also cooking up something. You know, we're exploring opportunities to do another collaboration. I don't know about Emmys. We make films because we want to put it out there into the world. Whatever comes afterwards is really out of our hands. You put it into the universe and see what happens.
Okay, Matt, briefly, are you doing this for awards or just doing your thing?
No, you know, Kachi said it same as I feel. We're built to tell stories. Just want to make an impact, make people feel, make people think. Elevate the people telling a story about, like Anthony's film, and make it about me. And you know, the awards really are just more of for me a metaphor for Anthony and for the people that worked on the film and our collaborators. But it's more a representation of the impact the film had. Like Kachi said, always storytellers. We have stuff cooking upstairs. I have a film that I'm in production on now that's called The Quiet Actor. That's a love story set in war zones. A few others, but then Kachi and I are developing some projects. We have another documentary that we're exploring. That's another African story. We're talking about our first scripted project that we would collaborate and direct together that's set here in the United States. So we have a few projects that we're talking about coming back together and collaborating on.
Okay, thank you. Well, just before we go, Madu, are you ready for us? If you just step out and just show us something.
I'm not sure I can do ballet in those shoes.
I would be ready. I would be ready if I wasn't in jeans.
Yeah. You can't do ballet in those shoes.
I know, so I haven't.
Oh wow. Okay, my boss.
And this weekend, we're going to be showing it exclusively for its launch in Nigeria on Arise Play. So for the first time this weekend, right?
Yes.
People can tune on or log or download Arise Play and watch the documentary on Saturday and Sunday.
That's fantastic.
Excellent.
That's fantastic.
Okay, I understand you don't do ballet sitting down, but that's fine. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us, and congratulations, Anthony Madu, for making us very proud at a time Nigeria is shining. The president says we have turned the corner for good. It's time now for a short break. When we return, Oji Okwe will be here with details on what's trending. But before she comes in, let's enjoy the trailer of the Emmy-winning documentary, Madu. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So you still get a chance to see Madu in action.
I was 5 years old when I discovered ballet. People think that it's not for boys. It's my dream, and I have to follow it.
It's something that one have to embrace, accept, or appreciate.
I was 5 years old when I discovered ballet. People think that it's not for boys. It's my dream, and I have to follow it.
It's something that one have to embrace, accept, or appreciate.
Hi, this is Madu. We wanted to talk to you about Anthony, your son. He had so much raw talent that we are interested in at the school. You must be very proud.
I'm very proud of him.
And I can't believe that I'm going to be schooling in England for 7 years.
I'm happy for you, my son. Thank you for making me proud. I will miss you a lot.
Thank you. Concerning the maybe may not fit in.
Strong in your center, boys! Shouldn't be any mistakes. You think this is hard? Wait until the summer show.
He's been referred to the NHS to a specialist doctor.
I hope you're not afraid.
I am.
Why?
Because there might be a point where I can't be able to kind of like dance.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey,
Sometimes I close my eyes and imagine myself in the big stage.
I'd like to know, did you have a story?
set me free. Now I need to find release. Set me to the open sky.
The promise I'm making to my mom and my family is